Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Sunday, December 13th at 8:26 a.m. Pacific Standard Time by Zeno Reader. There are 571 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Artists, activists rush to save Black Lives Matter murals. I rode Amtrak up and down the Northeast Corridor during the pandemic and found it surprisingly clean, cheap, and stress-free. Here's what it was like. COVID-19 gave this Ohio family a sucker punch. Powerful family emails show how tragedy unfolded. Department of Justice probe of Catholic Church abuse goes quiet 2 years later. A New York company has created a wildly popular $21,000 DIY cabin that can be built in 3 days. 4 people stabbed, and another shot as Proud Boys and counter-protesters clash at pro-Trump rallies in Washington, D.C. and Washington State. Apple CEO Tim Cook says he had to take a meat axe to his notifications to reduce his screen time. McManus, Trump has changed tactics in his election fight. His new approach is more dangerous. Unwelcome in other countries, Americans are fleeing lockdowns and flocking to Mexico. Silent nights, Germany tightens lockdown over festive period. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. First trucks with COVID-19 vaccine roll out of Pfizer plant in Michigan, NBC News. NJ Weather, here's the latest on the tricky storm that could hit us with up to 18 inches of snow, NJ.com. 4 people stabbed, 1 shot as pro-Trump protests turn violent, Slate. Lamar Alexander, Trump needs to put the country first and accept election results, Politico. GOP voters ready for Georgia runoffs despite Trump's claims, Associated Press. UK and EU agree to keep talking but warn no-deal Brexit is now likely, CNN. Georgia football SEC Week 12 roundup, what Dog Nation needs to know, Dog Nation. Concern mounting within Steelers organization about Ben Roethlisberger knee injury, CBS Sports. Sources, Philadelphia Eagles intend to keep Carson Wentz, still believe in struggling QB, ESPN. Charlie Pride, groundbreaking country music star, has died at age 86, CBS News. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Shipments of first COVID-19 vaccine readied for rollout. A sugar and spice holiday, House of O and mediocre attempts at Asian representation. SNL's Rona family of COVID-19 virus is grateful to Trump for keeping them around. 4 people critically injured in stabbings at pro-Trump Washington rally. The trounced Jets, like Trump, haven't really lost, claims SNL's Snide Sports Max. Kate McKinnon's hunky Anthony Fauci pelted with bras on SNL. Time to declare climate emergency, urges UN chief. Millions in federal coronavirus aid went to anti-gay businesses and groups, report. GOP Congressman-elect praises maskless Trump supporters, this is a phony pandemic. Pro-Trump protests decry Trump's election loss at tense protest in Washington. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Family expresses relief child found safe. Rewards offered in October America's house fire. Handyman, veteran uses skills to help food pantry. Gunman opens fire on family. Suspect accused of vandalizing home 9 times. School holds parade to honor teachers. Nurse, it's been overwhelming, I'm very tired. Plane makes emergency landing on Ohio Turnpike. Man charged in murder of nurse. Police chief arrested for excessive force. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. U.S. begins shipping vaccine as virus rages on. After another court loss in Wisconsin, Trump says fight is not over. Trump allies eye long-shot election reversal in Congress, testing Pence. Hundreds of students feared missing after attack at Nigeria school. What to cook this week? Facebook cannot buy its way out of competition. The Texas lawsuit and the age of dream politic. Bicycling surges in Manila amid COVID-19 lockdowns. Got a confidential news tip? The Sunday read, lovers in Auschwitz, reunited. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Scala's not ready to accept Biden win, let the legal process play out. Sia says Sheila LaBeouf conned her into adulterous relationship following FKA Twigs allegations. Significant winter storm expected for the Northeast this week. Louisiana Tech quarterback suffers gruesome injury in game versus TCU. Dr. Margie McCombs, Coronavirus Trauma and Children 4 Tips to Help Them Navigate the Pandemic. Student's body found on Michigan campus, police investigating death as suspicious. Manchin says bipartisan $908 billion coronavirus bill coming Monday, urges compromise. George Clooney says he wants to be sexiest man alive a third time. South Carolina police officer dodges bullets after traffic stop. Governor Andrew Cuomo throwing virtual birthday party to raise campaign cash. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Sunday, December 13th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Sia contends Sheila LaBeouf conned me into an adulterous relationship claiming to be single. Pippa Middleton hands out awards to deaf schoolchildren for their Christmas card designs. Proud Boys and BLM fight after Stop the Steal rally in D.C. while a protester is shot in Washington. Huge gas explosion destroys Lincolnshire house as owner somehow escapes with minor injuries. UK records another 165 coronavirus deaths in hospitals, taking total to 64,190. Man, 28, and boy, 17, are arrested after nice young man, 15, was stabbed to death in East London. Police find body in woodland and hunt for missing boy, 16, who vanished yesterday. Man and woman are killed after car smashes into wall in the West Midlands. Boris Johnson says the UK will go the extra mile in EU Brexit talks as he steps back from no deal. Dame Barbara Windsor will be remembered with a memorial next year following her death aged 83. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News Feed. Swift backlash for Brazil students targeting misinformation. Boris Johnson dials up warnings of a no-deal Brexit as Britain and EU agreed to continue talks. Turkey blames Iranian intelligence for elaborate plot to kidnap opponent in Istanbul. Georgian women ruled chess in the Soviet era. A new generation chases the same Queen's Gambit glory. Hundreds of Nigerian students missing after attack on school. AP photos, Italian doctors fighting pandemic in rural areas. Huawei worked on several surveillance systems promoted to identify ethnicity, documents show. Protests flare in Iraq's Kurdish north, adding new front in national crisis. Maduro opponents claim big turnout in Venezuelan protest. Brazil government releases pandemic vaccination plan with holes. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's US news feed. Fulham v Liverpool, Premier League, Live. Crystal Palace 1-1 Tottenham Hotspur, Premier League, Live. Saturday Night Live, Timothée Chalamet hosts as vaccine jokes rain. Brexit talks to continue as Johnson and EU agreed to go the extra mile. Speculation swirls over Ivanka Trump's potential run for U.S. Senate in Florida. The time has arrived. COVID vaccines roll out of Pfizer plant as U.S. nears 300,000 deaths. Max Verstappen wins F1 season finale in flawless drive at Abu Dhabi GP. Olivia Colman on acting, take your job seriously and not yourself. Best photographs of the weekend, Dakar Fashion Week and refugees in Sudan. Nigerian police say 400 pupils missing after gunman attack secondary school. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Active weather for both coasts to start the week, midweek storm along East Coast. Kizzmekia Corbett praised as key scientist behind COVID-19 vaccine. Lost connection hampers Virgin Galactic's test flight. Hunter Biden subpoena seeks info on Burisma, other entities. 4 stabbed at DC protests, while 1 person shot at clashes in Washington state. Navy ends search for sailor who fell overboard from ship. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, Max Verstappen claims second win of year at season finale. Charlie Pride, country music singer dies of COVID-19. UK and EU agree to extend Brexit trade talks. Coronavirus, Germany to go into lockdown over Christmas. Nagorno-Karabakh conflict flares despite ceasefire. Coronavirus, US starts huge vaccine delivery operation. Machika Madisha, South Africa footballer dies in car crash. Jill Biden, backlash after WSJ opposite the editorial page calls future First Lady kiddo. Von der Leyen, it is responsible to go the extra mile and continue talks. U.S. election, pro-Trump rally sees scuffles in U.S. cities. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Coronavirus updates, first vaccine shipments roll out, first inoculations could come Monday. At least 23 arrested as crowds turn unruly following pro-Trump rally in D.C. First doses of COVID-19 vaccine leave Pfizer facility in Michigan. U.S. churches commit to racism-linked reparations. Today in history for December 13th. Coronavirus updates. California region has 0.0% available intensive care unit capacity. U.S. reports 16 millionth case. Vaccinations to begin Monday. Charlie Pride, a country music black superstar, dies at 86. The day in pictures. AP Top Stories December 12th p. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Founded in 1888, this Asian antique shop hopes to put 2020 in the past. With LA courts paralyzed by COVID-19, public defenders say caseloads are unconscionable. California needs a new top cop. Here's what Governor Gavin Newsom will consider. I've seen people die. COVID-19 slams Central Valley hospitals, as many resist lockdowns. Column, the most controversial thing about Governor Pete Wilson's statue is its dull irrelevance. She was his best friend, and she led him to his death. A Norwegian church in San Pedro honors a saint who brings light to darkness, fitting in a pandemic. LA County grapples with surging COVID-19 caseload as deaths continue to rise. California vaccinations could start Monday, but it won't slow COVID-19 crisis imperiling hospitals. Earthquake, magnitude 3.3 quake recorded near Fortuna in Northern California. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Sunday, December 13th, 2020. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Supermarkets told to stockpile food as fears grow of no-deal Brexit. Stores reported to have been warned to stockpile food and other essential supplies in anticipation of shortages. No-deal Brexit means UK poised to lose access to security databases, Rob admits. Switzerland has strongly rejected accusations that a deal allowing Chinese officials to enter Switzerland and interrogate Chinese nationals put citizens at risk. UN chief urges leaders of every country to declare climate emergency. Bellway Homes handed largest ever fine for wildlife crime over demolition work at Bat Habitat. Major League exposes members and lifts the lid on the Chinese Communist Party. Navalny poisoning, Russia made second assassination attempt, report. Malaysia seizes record haul of crystal meth worth $26.2 million. COVID-19 coronavirus, Sweden running out of intensive care beds as cases soar. In first for Arab world, Moroccan schools to teach Jewish history and culture. Climate summit, UN chief tells all countries to declare a climate emergency or face catastrophic results. Germany, anti-lockdown protest leader contracts COVID. Bats are still on the menu and for sale at markets in Indonesia, despite their link to COVID-19. Protesters hurl eggs as South Korea releases child rapist. Armed Mexicans smuggled into U.S. to guard border wall, whistleblowers say. The next headlines are from Forbes. Another round, Danish movie starring Mads Mikkelsen wins Best European Film 2020. GOP Senator Lamar Alexander says Trump has no right to bring specious lawsuits to court. The motive behind music artists selling their publishing isn't always money. 3 matchups to watch when the Cleveland Browns play the Baltimore Ravens. Will 21 Club's demise finally awaken people to New York City's slow suffocation? Sony offering Cyberpunk 2077 feat refunds for PS4 and PS5 after gamers cry foul. President Trump tells Fox News he worries about the country having a president that lost, and lost badly. The Rockets should take their time on a James Harden trade. Green Bay Packers versus Detroit Lions, who has the edge? New York Jets acting owner Christopher Johnson could learn something about decisiveness from Adam Gase. The world population update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,672,422,008 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Box office, without new releases, The Crow's 2 feet claims victory again. Uneven Stephen King adaptation The Stand cannot quite convey its apocalyptic stakes, TV review. UK, European Union agree to extend Brexit trade negotiation talks. Vivendi's Vincent Ballor indicted in Italian probe over media's at stake. Blake Griffin buys the mansion next door. Saturday Night Live delivers Dionne Warwick talk show sketch after singer's tweets go viral. Saturday Night Live comments on COVID-19 vaccine plan. CMA's Charlie Pride reps address speculation that country singer contracted COVID at November telecast. Versus postpones Ashanti, Keisha Cole battle after Ashanti tests positive for COVID-19. Another round wins biggest European Film Awards. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Coronavirus world map, tracking the spread of the outbreak. Coronavirus is surging, how severe is your state's outbreak? Jewish cantors celebrate Hanukkah with virtual concerts. Protests grow violent after Trump supporters gather again in D.C. How disinformation spreads, and why it's so hard to combat. On immigration, activists' demands may exceed Biden realities. Why I'm a vaccine volunteer, doing what needs to be done. Charlie Pride, country music's first major black star, dies at 86. They ignored or deleted the email from Airbnb, it was a $15,000 mistake. CDC advisors agree with FDA, COVID-19 vaccine is okay for public use. The following headlines are from the week. Watch the first COVID-19 vaccine shipments leave Pfizer's manufacturing plant. 10 things you need to know today, December 13, 2020. SNL parodies Fauci, Birx and COVID-19 vaccine-centric cold open. At least 23 arrested, 8 injured as violence breaks out in D.C. following pro-Trump rallies. What couples therapy suggests about relationships after the pandemic. 6 cozy homes for fireside living. The season's best stocking stuffers. What will become of Trump's border wall? The green hydrogen hype. In first public remarks since pardon, Michael Flynn says courts won't decide next president. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Spaceship Two's first power test flight since move to New Mexico fizzles out. Is there a way to detect strange quark stars, even though they look almost exactly like white dwarfs? These are the news headlines for today, Sunday, December 13th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Geminid meteors best on December 13th to 14th. Geminid meteor shower 2020 peaks Sunday night. Favorite photos, December 2020's waning moon and Venus. New Milky Way family tree reveals a chaotic history. New moon is December 14th, 2020. The next news is from Politico. Germany tightens coronavirus restrictions as cases reach record high. UN chief complains that far from enough being done on climate. Negotiators going extra mile on Brexit. Scalise, let the legal process play out. Murphy, vaccinations for healthcare workers will start on Tuesday. Lamar Alexander, Trump needs to put the country first and accept election results. Japan sets new daily coronavirus record. Behind Washington's 180 on Facebook, a rethink of monopoly power. Trump unleashes an army of sore losers. 20 Americans who explain the 2020 election. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Verstappen wins the season-ending Abu Dhabi Grand Prix in style. Fitness court battle heats up after F-45's listing plans collapse. Mind the cap, NSW public sector pay limit is hitting wages across the board. Too many reports, not enough action for vulnerable children in NSW. Nothing phony about phonics, just ask my son. Our former marketer is selling the nation short. Dire outlook, English language sector warns of widespread school closures. Iron ore drives improvement in budget bottom line. Cowboy outfit, Crown hit with new class action over money laundering. Internal probe into toxic land scandal reveals agency flouted rules. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Keywords, Dr. Fauci, for the first time in more than 30 years, I'm not spending the Christmas holidays with my daughters. Market Extra, distress looms over U.S. commercial real estate in 2021. Keywords, Americans prepare to travel again for Christmas, while hospitals brace for post-Thanksgiving surge. Market Snapshot, stock market uncertainty runs high headed into Fed's final meeting of 2020. The Moneyist, I'm 12 and in 7th grade, my parents are divorced, and I earn $10 a month from my podcast, what do you advise? Even $100 in savings can protect against negative chains of events. Millions of Americans are in survival mode, beware, decisions made in this frame of mind can make or break you. The Moneyist, my friend's father buried $50,000 in the backyard for his grandchildren, my friend has 2 kids, but his spendthrift brother has none, should they split it? UK and EU scrap another deadline and go the extra mile to strike a trade deal. Newswatch, stock market uncertainty runs high headed into Fed's final meeting of 2020. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Book review, legal protection for traditional knowledge, towards a new law for indigenous intellectual property by Anindya Bhutta, use app American Politics and Policy, blog. The stories we tell about inventors, and their white male protagonists, The Wire Science. Samsung is being sued by Ericsson over patent licensing disputes, Gizmo China. Like dominoes, CBM determination held not appealable Jones Day, JD Supra, JD Supra. The next headlines are from Quartz. Can Europe effectively legislate the right to work-life balance? Digital tools are helping employees mobilize the workforce. How corporate leaders can respond to employee activism. How a new generation of workers has revitalized employee activism. Electric airplanes are getting tantalizingly close to a commercial breakthrough. Disney is partnering with a Nigerian-Ugandan animation studio for an African sci-fi series. After Trump, are Republicans still the party of business? Google showed us the danger of letting corporations lead AI research. Amazon is going to generate its own renewable electricity over South Africa's national grid. How the U.S. plans to track COVID-19 vaccine doses. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. This week in Tech Dirt history, December 6-12. Cyberpunk 2077 stream safe setting option for its music failed to keep streamers safe. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Steel Magnolias. Bruce Springsteen. Timothée Chalamet. Shakur Stevenson. Warriors. Columbus Crew. LaMelo Ball. LSU vs. Florida. Miami Hurricanes. Sarah Fuller. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Sarah Fuller becomes first woman to score in P5 college football game, and some woke crusaders still don't know when they're winning. Russia successfully tests hypersonic Zircon missile, flying 8 times the speed of sound to hit ground-based target, video. Racist cowards, fans and players horrified as Champions League winner and football ace girlfriend caught sickening online abuse. It's not over, Trump declares one day before electoral college votes, claims U.S. looks like third world country. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo sexually harassed me for years, former staffer claims after blasting toxic work environment. What lies behind AstraZeneca's plan to team up with Russia's highly criticized Sputnik V? RT's Boombust gropes for an answer. More questions than relief. Brazil vaccination plan promises jab to less than quarter of population, no timetable set. 10 years in jail for stealing sweets, thanks to COVID-19, it's a possibility in Slovakia, and people are puzzled. Tell your agent to keep his mouth shut then, Pogba pledges 1000% involvement at Man UTD, but fans demand action on Raiola. Hundreds of endangered seals mysteriously found dead on shores of Russia's Caspian Sea, and nobody knows why. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Jerome Powell, the most transformational Fed chair since Volcker, Bloomberg gushes. 48% of U.S. small businesses fear that they may be forced to shut down permanently soon. Night of chaos, 4 stabbed, 23 arrested after Proud Boys and Antifa clash in Washington. London and Brussels agree to one last round of trade talks as optimism for a deal sours. Will government allow Bitcoin to go Wall Street? Ultra-high-end shopping explodes as wealthy splurge on luxury goods. Why did the WHO bury this damning report on Italy's COVID-19 response? A secret agreement that allows Chinese spies to roam free in Switzerland was exposed this week. Prospects for the UK and the pound. If you thought 2020 was dead, watch what happens in 2021. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Elite English girls' school goes woke, rewrites white Western narrative of history lessons. Woman badly beaten by masked men in Swedish no-go zone. Swedish politician, only 68 of 7,000 high school amnesty migrants have jobs. Creators of Britain's vaccine and Russia's vaccine team up for joint trials. Iran warns U.S. a crushing and fiery response awaits B-52 overflights. Joe Biden delivered Egyptian disinformation to Israel ahead of Yom Kippur War and later lied about it. UN chief orders world leaders, declare a climate emergency or face catastrophic results. Report, Western environmentalists are the Chinese communists' useful idiots. Bhutan becomes latest country to normalize relations with Israel. The next headlines are from Odd, Strange and Bizarre Things. Best holiday desserts to make before New Year's. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Americans living in these states are the best at saving money, and they're saving for different things in 2020. Chain reaction of kindness involved over 900 vehicles driving through a Minnesota Dairy Queen. This natural gel might soon be a holistic and cheap herbal answer to psoriasis troubles. In huge victory for polar bears, court rejects Arctic offshore drilling project. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Sunday, December 13th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Snow leopard tests positive for COVID-19. She stalked her daughter's killers across Mexico, one by one, armed with a handgun, a fake ID card and disguises. Miriam Rodriguez was a one-woman detective squad, defying a system where criminal impunity often prevails. South Africa's Chief Justice unrepentant for linking COVID vaccines to Satanism. Florida woman hid man's body in trash can to collect benefits, deputies say. Tennessee officials warning public to be aware of alligators on highway. Snake and eggs, Floridians could soon eat invasive pythons. Get him, Santa, Saint Nick and elf tackle suspected thieves in Riverside. Iranian teenager who posted distorted pictures of herself is jailed for 10 years. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Solve complex business problems with this $46 Agile and Scrum training bundle. How to spot shooting stars from the Geminid meteor shower this week. Why the fight for the moon will take place here on Earth. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Sunday, December 13th from over 100 sources to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Was it racism on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? Here's what experts say we can learn from it. One man dead after being shot by law enforcement in Farmington. Why Salt Lake City plans to launch a year-round market at the State Fair Park. Scott D. Pierce, do you want to watch Stephen King's The Stand during a pandemic? With holiday events cancelled, Utah caterers offer treats to go, holiday foods and delicious themed meals. Andy Larson, how I distributed $55K sent to me by everyday Utahns to help others. Bayou shuts down San Diego State in final three quarters for 28-14 win. The Triple Team, Jazz Open preseason firing from three-point range, Miami impresses. Jazz Open preseason with 119-105 victory over Suns at Vivint Arena. Richard L. Friedman, what to do about doctors who push misinformation? The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Apple, Cloudflare, and Fastly propose a new privacy-focused DNS standard called Oblivious DO. Here comes the Google Chrome change that worries ad blocker creators. America's COVID-19 hospitalizations hit a record high for the 7th straight day. Are fragments of energy the fundamental building blocks of the universe? NVIDIA apologizes, walks back threat to withhold GPUs from reviewer. America's COVID-19 deaths likely to exceed 9/11's death toll every day, for 2 months. Open source developers say securing their code is insufferably boring and soul-withering. Drug reverses age-related mental decline within days. Hackers are selling more than 85,000 MySQL databases on a dark web portal. NextMind's brain-computer interface kit begins shipping to developers. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Community mourns loss of fallen Moline Acres police sergeant. Confrontation leads to deadly shootout in Hazelwood, major case squad activated. Charlie Pride, country music's first black star, dies at 86. Missouri is expecting to receive 51,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine. Vaccinations could start as early as Wednesday. CDC Advisory Committee recommends Pfizer COVID-19 vaccine for ages 16 and up. Surveillance video released on investigation into fatal crash, driver going 120 miles per hour. First COVID-19 vaccine authorized for use in U.S., expected to ship Sunday. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. California AG tells local strip clubs to stop violating state health order. Watch a guided tour of the White House decked out for the holidays. Schiff, serious allegations remain for potential investigation after Trump leaves office. Faulconer criticizes state virus response as speculation mounts on run for governor. Workers pause to applaud as first round of vaccine ships out. Former Governor Jerry Brown on defund the police, California's tough road ahead. COVID-19 vaccine shipments begin in historic effort. Toys for Joy event gives families in need a trunk full of presents. 2 men wounded after drive-by gunman fires into group. Navy calls off search for sailor missing from San Diego-based carrier. The next headlines are from SpookNews.com. Tips to perfectly position a spy camera. Bill to combat stalking of children clears U.S. House, goes to President Times leader. Spy, can Shorty Street survive 2020's final twist? NZ Herald. Spy, will Kiwi Stars candle can do attitude payoff? NZ Herald. New MI6 chief wants more disabled people to join Secret Intelligence Service. 10 spy movies to watch if you like The Americans. The Central Intelligence Agency attached cameras to pigeons to spy on enemies during the cold. Holiday light displays, 7 spots to spy them in and around Edmonton. CBC News. How does a secure phone line work? Shush, don't mention the vaccine, nothing to see, move along now. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Saudi Arabia receives final F-15C advanced fighter aircraft. South Korean light armed helicopter cleared for active combat. U.S. Army to begin testing light tank prototypes. U.S. Army paratroopers conducts airborne training in extremely cold, austere environment. Saab secures $248 million contract for integrated ground-based air defense solution for Sweden. European Space Agency awards contract for new reusable spaceplane. Russia releases video of Belova ballistic missiles test. U.S. Air Force uses Russian-made air defense systems as simulated foreign targets. U.S. Army finished operational testing of a new heavy assault bridge. Russian deadly nuclear submarine launches 4 Belova ballistic missiles. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Sunday, December 13th, 2020. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. Rep. Adam Schiff discusses possibility of investigations after Trump leaves office. Former San Diego mayor says state needs new leadership. Former Governor Jerry Brown discusses pandemic impact. Track the storm, Bay Area can expect more rain overnight. Bay Area intensive care unit bed capacity reaches critical point. Bay Area hospitals brace for COVID vaccine shipment. Charlie Pride overcame racial barriers as country music star. Zodiac Killer's cipher solved 51 years later. Trump supporters rally in front of Black Voices Matter sign. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Former Liverpool defender Hentros fired by Swiss club's Amex. Indianapolis aims to be more welcoming for those with autism. Dortmund fires coach Lucien Favre after 5-1 loss. Indiana plant ramps up work on coolers for COVID-19 vaccines. Sociedad back on top in Spain after 1-1 draw with Eibar. Good news Sunday, a reunion with a dog after 3 years, and horse hugs. Tell us about your favorite suburban landmark that's no longer around. Pedestrian struck and killed in Arlington Heights. Grammar Moses, a collection of goodies that won't give you a tummy ache. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Azerbaijan, Bulgaria, Georgia, Kazakhstan, Moldova, Romania, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Canada, Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Australia. Drought is ongoing in Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Israel, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Paraguay, Uruguay. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone 620. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. Green alert for Tropical Cyclone Yesa 20. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour. Wind speeds or higher is 0. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Sunday, December 13th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Rain returns today with possibility for severe weather. 30 retailers, restaurant chains that filed for bankruptcy in 2020. Parking lot of water park turned into drive-through holiday light show with world's largest tunnel. Silver alert issued for 86-year-old man from Spring. Actress Carol Sutton dies of COVID-19 complications at 76. Man in custody after climbing onto airplane's wing before takeoff. Generator catches fire at Cinco Ranch Junior High. Who are the electors, and what will they do? What's in store when the Electoral College meets? Singer FKA Twigs sue Sheila Booth, alleging physically and emotionally abusive relationship. Pedestrian killed in hit-and-run crash in West Houston. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Insider Q&A, Aman Naran, CEO of the payments company Toast. Explainer, how much COVID-19 vaccine will be shipped in U.S. Budget toll from virus hits both Democratic, GOP-led states. Verstappen wins season-ending Abu Dhabi GP in dominant style. More U.S. churches commit to racism-linked reparations. GOP voters ready for Georgia runoffs despite Trump's claims. Roadside bomb wounds 23 near Pakistan police station. More U.S. churches are committing to racism-linked reparations. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Coronavirus updates, first COVID-19 vaccines roll out of Michigan planned. The best meteor shower of the year peaks tonight. Extra, it's Dr. Jill Biden. Now let's move on. Small fire breaks out in remains of East Village Church destroyed by major blaze last week. Coronavirus updates, NY COVID-19 deaths near 100 in one day, as Cuomo warns pandemic could get worse. 21 Club, historic prohibitioners speakeasy, closes for foreseeable future. Police seek driver who killed East Harlem pedestrian in hit and run. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Rare print shows George Washington taking the oath of office in NYC. Queens woman arrested after driving through crowd of protesters in Murray Hill. The next headlines are from Observer.com. Books that made 2020 bearable, a reading list for an unusual year. Sound of Metal director Darius Marder on the 13-year journey to making the film. Allison Janae Hamilton is drawing attention to environmental damage in her new work. The 12 upcoming new TV shows in 2021 that we are most excited for. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake 4.6 mag, southeast Indian Ridge. Light earthquake, M4.9 quake has struck near Hihifo in Tonga. Moderate earthquake, 5 mag was detected near Hihifo in Tonga. Minor earthquake, M3.1 quake has struck near Bandon in Oregon. Light earthquake, 4.6 mag was detected near Alconyurt in Russia. Minor earthquake, 3.33 mag strikes near Punta Cana in Dominican Republic. Light earthquake 4.2 mag, 37 kilometers east by southeast of San Ignacio, Philippines. Minor earthquake, 3.3 mag has occurred near Fox Islands, Aleutian Islands, Alaska. Minor earthquake, 3.6 mag strikes near Nikolsky in Alaska. Minor earthquake, 3.2 mag has occurred near Stanley in Idaho. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Supreme Court rejects Texas bid to overturn election results in 4 states. No privacy, no property, the world in 2030 according to the World Economic Forum. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Engineers drained Niagara Falls in 1969, made grisly discovery. The royal family is cringing at Meghan Markle's net worth. Hunter Biden subpoena seeks info on Burisma, other entities. Is Hocus Pocus 2 feet coming out? Is this transparent frog real? Trump loses Wisconsin case while arguing another one. Trump helicopter buzzes supporters rallying in Washington. Was Trump named loser of the year by one of Europe's biggest magazines? U.S. says COVID-19 vaccine to start arriving in states Monday. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Fox News host meltdown over Trump's election loss, we've all been robbed. Prince Andrew's dubious pizza alibi comes back to haunt him. The Constitution has always been a construction zone. My journey to confront the terrorists who blew me up. Will Trump continue his bromance with Kim Jong-un? Biden's cabinet choices show racial isn't the only important kind of diversity. First they got COVID-19, then came the Parkinson's symptoms. How masks have made bangs 2020's most divisive beauty trend. The game is trying to cheat scoring machine James Harden. Rachel Maddow exposes the shittiest vice president ever. The next headlines are from the New York Post. CMA's address award show backlash after Charlie Pride's COVID-related death. Can my boss insist I get a COVID-19 vaccination? Former aide Lindsay Boylan alleges Cuomo sexually harassed her about looks. Stream it or skip it, Couples Therapy, the COVID special on Showtime, where Dr. Orna Guralnick and her patients deal with being home all the time. Sia says Sheila LaBeouf conned her into an adulterous relationship. The following headlines are from Astronomy.com. Total solar eclipse 2020, a shadow crosses South America. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Biggest snowstorm in years set to target Northeast. Mass coronavirus vaccine distribution plan underway. How to watch the only total solar eclipse of 2020. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Search for missing sailor called off by U.S. Navy days after he was feared to have gone overboard. A century after 1918 pandemic killed 675,000 Americans, the USA remains a country divided over a COVID-19 vaccine. Here are 2020's top 10 TV shows, from I May Destroy You to Normal People. U.S. reaches 16 million recorded COVID cases. California cops undercover as Santa and Elf arrest suspects at shopping center, authorities. CIT, man climbs on wing of plane at Las Vegas airport, gets arrested. Newspaper publisher Jimmy Lai, charged under Hong Kong's new security law, is denied bail. Pro-Trump demonstrator shoots left-winger during political clashes in Washington state capitol. Carol Sutton, Steel Magnolias actress, dies from COVID-19 at age 76. Gracie Mansion protesters demand Rikers Island reforms, justice for NYC jail prisoners during Human Rights Week march. The following headlines are from military.com. Scores of Taliban militants killed as fighting rocks insurgent bastion. Army blanks archival Navy, 15-0. Russian nuclear submarine test fires 4 missiles. More lawmakers, veterans groups call for VA Secretary Robert Wilkie to resign. Here's why the National Guard is over 100 years older than the other military services. Before he was a test pilot, Chuck Yeager was a World War II legend. Missing carrier Roosevelt sailor has a huge heart and love service, family says. Afghan gov, Taliban agree Islamic law to guide peace talks. Mortar shells hit Afghan capital, airport, 1 dead. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. There's a lot of history here. 3-generation effort at Mount Greenwood Cemetery marks veterans' graves going back to Civil War. Coronavirus in Illinois updates. 8,737 new COVID-19 cases and 127 additional fatalities reported Saturday as trucks carrying vaccines start rolling to distribution centers. COVID-19 vaccine will start arriving in states Monday, officials say, as U.S. passes 16 million total confirmed cases. What's it like to take part in a COVID-19 vaccine trial? 3 Chicago area participants share their experiences. 4 killed when car crashes into Cicero building. Authorities identify 3 victims, all from Chicago. Man, 24, shot on Eisenhower Expressway, Illinois State Police say. Man fought back during attempted carjacking in Loop after 19-year-old told him, give it up, prosecutors say. Off-duty cop stripped of police powers after shooting man during confrontation in Albany Park, police say. COVID-19 in Illinois by the numbers. Here's a daily update on cases, positivity rate and hospital data in your area. COVID-19 cases in Illinois by zip code. Search for your neighborhood. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Chile awaits total eclipse of the sun as COVID restrictions rise. Canada aims to beat 2030 climate target, says Trudeau. Second young elephant dies from virus at New York Zoo. Flamethrower drone incinerates wasp nests in China. Virgin Galactic makes first flight from New Mexico site. Icebreaker leaves Australia after 150 Antarctica trips. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Sunday, December 13th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from Discover magazine. Physicists detect the spooky popcorn of the universe. Page-turning science books, the first female physicians, breaking drug taboos, and a look inside crime labs. The origins of plate tectonics may stretch further back in Earth's history. Physicists prove anyons exist, a third type of particle in the universe. Top science photos from 2020, natural disasters, CRISPR squids and an interstellar visitor. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Fresh food initiatives feed, teach communities of color. A battle-weary Seattle hospital fights the latest COVID-19 surge. Google's ethics effort is looking rather evil commentary. Coronavirus daily news updates, December 13th. What to know today about COVID-19 in the Seattle area, Washington state and the world. The following headlines are from MercuryNews.com. Hive updates, 49ers vs. Washington on Sunday, 1:25 p.m. Warriors 3 things, a strong preseason performance, but a tough watch, for non-basketball reasons. Theater works let students peek behind career curtain. Coronavirus path forward, vaccine logistics require precision, precautions. Founder of Landmark Olson's fruit stand was a barn gardener. Flight's Christmas market keeps feeding the need. Hive updates, Raiders vs. Colts on Sunday at 1:05 p.m. Silicon Valley's million-dollar question, does remote work kill innovation? Latest line, a good week for Becerra, bad one for Feinstein. Cupertino community briefs for the week of December 18th. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Chris Christie slams Trump legal approach as an absurdity. Utility terrain vehicle plunges into NJ Lake, killing 1 man. Paper sue DeSantis for failing to release virus reports. Arizona reports 5,854 new COVID-19 cases and 35 more deaths. Louisiana mom charged in breastfeeding baby's overdose death. 50 years ago, Constitution updated Illinois, can it do more? The next headlines are from The Intercept. Indigenous groups push insurers to abandon fossil fuel projects. Trump's ban on foreign workers has left schools with teacher shortages. France's Macron is ramping up a clash of civilizations, but will it stop terrorism? This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Sunday, December 13th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Patients with non-cardiac chest pain are reassured with brief education. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. COVID-19 vaccine shipments underway as states await first batches, live updates. COVID-19 vaccine shipments begin in historic U.S. effort. After 10 years leading Cook County, Frick-Winkle focused on how we're going to get out of this pandemic, not politics. 13 shot, 1 fatally in Chicago so far this weekend. Pedestrian struck and killed by box truck in Arlington Heights, police. Chicago outdoors, suburban bucks, IL's big buck red slips, rogue fish stockings, IL firearm deer harvest. Shot fired into window of South Loop hotel room. Dear Abby, woman wants to give stocks to her grandson, but his dad won't let her. I volunteered for COVID-19 vaccine trials. We need public education to build trust in the vaccine. Man stabbed on red line train in South Loop. The next headlines are from Detroit Metro. 12 plus best one-night stand websites and apps, free to try. The worst people of 2020, who are Trumps. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Sunday, December 13th, 2020. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Houston Christmas stage offerings in virtual format courtesy of 2020. U.S. Supreme Court throws out Texas AG Paxton's last election challenge. The next headlines are about world records making news. Kaylee McKeon's 57.93 Commonwealth record in the 100 backstroke at Queensland Championships, Swimming World magazine. Mikey Musumeci's 12-second submission from 2019 to be formally recognized as a world record, Jiu-Jitsu Times. On this day in 2017, Rohit Sharma created world record by slamming his third double century in OD format, Michael. 9-year-old Topican making waves in weightlifting with eyes on world records, KSNT News. Indian Jewelers Amerigo 12,638 The diamond ring sets world record, Prestige Online. Join the 2020 virtual Jingle Bell Run of San Diego world record attempt, KPBS. 42 points, 14-year-old Kansas girl shoots world record breaking buck, Fox8.com. Dutch women destroy SCM 200 free relay world record in 1 hour, 32 minutes, and 50 seconds, video, swim. Dubai's Global Village breaks 6 of 25 world records it's attempting, Khaleej Times. Samantha Briggs makes her move, sets world record in episode 2 of the Spartan Games, morning chalk up. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Sunday's best deals, 70-inch Hisense Android TV, Dyson Ball Upright Vacuum, Garmin GPS devices, Kiehl's Ultra Skincare Duo, Etude House Water Tint, and more. Suck up the savings with the $200 Dyson Ball Vacuum Cleaner. Brighten up your pandemic life with one of Google Search's 50 new AR animals. Disney will stop photoshopping face masks onto maskless guests on rides. Virgin Galactic aborts New Mexico launch because of rocket motor issues. Twitter briefly grows a spine, says it was an accident. This Marceline and Princess Bubblegum relationship recap is the wholesome gay content your weekend needs. Jamie Alexander is finally back as Sif in Thor, Love and Thunder. Saturday's best deals, Alienware peripherals, Sharp Equus 70 inches 4K TV, Keurig Cappuccino and Latte Maker, rechargeable batteries, infrared thermometer, and more. Make your latte or cappuccino habit a little friendlier on your wallet with a $190 deluxe Keurig coffee maker. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Rivadavia in Argentina at 107.6 degrees Fahrenheit or 42 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Yurty in Russia at minus 64.12 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53.4 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Phosphorus equivalent of graphene makes reconfigurable transistors. VR meetings are weird, but they beat our current reality. Zodiac Killer cipher is cracked after eluding sleuths for 51 years. Oracle joins Silicon Valley's Texas exodus. Copyright law is breaking your game console. Time to fix that. The Christchurch shooter in YouTube's radicalization trap. FDA has authorized the first COVID-19 vaccine, updated. The following headlines are from Raw Story. Michael Flynn, who pushed for Trump martial law, says Americans will not allow Biden inauguration. Trump rants about swing state hustle, in continuing meltdown over election loss. Scientists suggest U.S. embassies were hit with high-power microwaves. Here's how the weapons work. Texas AG explains his plan B to overturn election state by state after Supreme Court rejection. Here's how to stop Trump's election fraud. Lawyers dead in their tracks. How COVID-19 led to Donald Trump's defeat. Hibernating lemurs may be the key to cryogenic sleep for human space travel. Far-right groups have used COVID to expand their footprint in Australia. What about Stacey Abrams? GOP senator deflects questions on Trump in interview with Chuck Todd. Mental health expert, mass killer Donald Trump's preoccupation with election shows his extreme indifference to human life. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, December 12th update. Watch the first COVID-19 vaccine shipments leave the warehouse. Here's what bees do to repel giant hornets, paint animal poo on their homes. Donald Trump just lost another one of his election challenges in federal court. Newly pardoned Michael Flynn was a crowd favorite among the extremists at Trump's latest rally. Twitter tried to stop Trump's latest election lies from spreading, and then it gave up, again. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, December 11th update. The Paris Agreement is 5 years old. Is it strong enough to prevent climate catastrophe? Ryan Zinke's official portrait is a final slap in the face for Native American tribes. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Arecibo and the global divide around funding science infrastructure, The Wire Science. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Sunday, December 13th, 2020 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. UFO's most important problem facing the United Nations, believes UN Secretary General. UFO Chronicle 1967. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Sunday, December 13th, 2020. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.